or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
In dealing with the high interest rates, it's very important that you get as much bang for the buck. And that's what our Remington Homes is all about.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders talking about Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
People really enjoy being able to go to our website, which is remingtonlincoln.com. Pick a plan, pick a price point, go through and build it yourself. You have a lot of options, whether you want granite, whether you want painted trim or other upgrades. Those are all options with our Remington Homes. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a four-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
It's time to go one-on-one with DP. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America, on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Derek Pearson, brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Boom. 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 In your face. It is yeah. We'll get there. We'll get there. There we go. Keep trying. Keep going. Keep going. There we go. Attaboy, Bach. Hey, give me the music again. Can you give me the music again? Yeah, just give me the music again. I think that would be the right way to set this up.
I got to wait a few seconds for it to get going, or just leave the whole open here.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America.
So it's the rejoin that's echoing.
The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Is it echoing?
Here is your host.
Don't you hear it?
Pearson, brought to you by Canopy
Yeah.
Street Market.
Okay, I'll ask the Texans. Boom! In your face! Live radio. Stuff happens. It was echoing, and I couldn't really tell. Let me try something else. I'm gonna try a different headset. Because okay, the echo is just for me.
Just a headset.
It's just this headset is double dipping. Outstanding. Hey, now that I have your attention, it's good to be back in Lincoln. Lincoln is gorgeous. Gorgeous, I say. Gorgeous. I've missed you. I've missed you, you wonderful, beautiful babe, you. It's good to be back. Hollywood, Beverly Hills, Los Angeles was spectacular. We'll talk about a lot of things in this hour. Apparently, the Pete Rose thing has really set people off, but we also have to reset. We have to recalibrate. And we'll do that in the hour. We'll talk about Husker softball and a big opportunity. But first things first, and beating UConn before they peek over the neighbor's fence to see what awaits after that. First things first. Keep the first thing first, and that is important. 402-464-5685 is the Starter Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Hit me with a what's up. Bach and I will take you through the next hour. You can be a part of it, so reach out. We'll have several conversations in the course of the hour. Yes, I am pumped up. I got in midnight last night. And then we had cleaners come in and my alarm clock the time was misset. So, and I don't look at the clock before I go to bed. Like it's turned the other way. And it turns out that the clock was an hour and 14 minutes ahead. So, man, oh man, pretty exceptional. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and LO channel 961. You want to be a part of what we're doing, you can follow that way. You can jump on the Ticket app and download the Ticket app. Please have it on your phone so you have it. Craig, what's up, man? Just because you texted in no wrestling talk, Bach, how the heck? See, Craig, you know me. You know me. I'm not new anymore. And if you knew to just not mention wrestling, you had a better shot of us not talking wrestling, because I had no wrestling on the agenda until you texted in to say no wrestling talk. Guess what, Craig? You've set the table, sir. You've set the table. You get John Cena. You'll get The Rock. You'll get some, because you were trying to be funny, but I'm funnier and I have the microphone. So that's how that works. Derek in the car, appreciate you. Thunder, not Collins. How are you, bruh? How are you? Let me know what you're doing on a beautiful Wednesday. There's lots going on. Just got back. I went to Craig. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. I can be meaner than y'all. That's how it works. Be kind. I will be kind. I told you the text line is really a thermometer and a temperature of the room. And if you get, that's why I say what's up. So we're having a conversation. But if you yell at me from the car without saying, hey, DP, what's up? I'm probably gonna punch back. That's just, I'm sorry, it's part of the deal. Cubsker, what's happening, brother? Cubsker understands. He says, was I the only one who felt like Backlash was just extravagant? Yeah, I thought it was. Right? I thought it was. So pretty good. There's nothing too expensive for this show. We built an entire station around this show. and listen, to move this thing around, because ideally I'm at the point now that I'm ideally where I want to do more recreative, right? Recreative one-on-ones. We originally had Peter Cobalt from Husker Tennis scheduled, but transfer portal work never ends. And he called and said, first things first. And I'm like, bruh, I'll see you next week. Pretty simple. But Peter, I was looking forward to talking some Husker football with him. Got a football schedule to look at and talk about, because I wanted to ask him. And Bach, I'll ask you this. If you had an opportunity to go to any Husker game on the away schedule this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Any Husker game on the schedule this year, where would you go? And if you look at the schedule, again, Kansas City, right, for Cincinnati on August 28th. You then go on the road to College Park, Maryland, which means you get to go to D.C. I will absolutely be at that game. Count it. Going to be there. Then to Minneapolis. You get to go to UCLA in November. Los Angeles in November. Then to University Park and Penn State, but it is November 22nd. And let me tell you, Bach, you're going to have to dress for that. You're going to have to dress for it. Of those games, which game would you go to? Text line, let me know which away game would you go to? Right? And I think as a Husker fan choosing one thing, but then as a football fan, if you haven't been to Happy Valley, it would be pretty interesting. But if you haven't been to Pasadena, that's also not a bad way to spend November, Thanksgiving early week, right?
Yeah, it'll be November 8th, but in November.
Texter says 2267 says Penn State would be the best away game to go to. You're not wrong. And Bach, whatever your answer is, you're absolutely right. It can be Kansas City because the Huskers are in Kansas. You're in a familiar place. Pretty cool, easy access. I get it. Bach, what is your choice, sir?
Well, like you said, kind of breaking it down, there's a lot of fun choices here. I love opening weekend of college football. It's probably my favorite weekend of the year. I am planning, with the blessing, we'll see if I get the time off, with time off and working while I go there, by the way, to make it out to Kansas City. So we will see. That one I'll hopefully be able to make. I've made it out to UCLA before. Not for a Nebraska game, but still. And I've also made it to a Minnesota game, another road game Nebraska's had before. I would say both those fantastic places to go. Obviously, Minneapolis or Los Angeles, you kind of get the bigger city feel. And Minneapolis, the campus. I mean, there's just it's kind of like Nebraska, I suppose, in that a lot of their facilities are closed. So you can go to a Vikings game pretty. I mean, if you make it a weekend,
right.
So you can make quite a weekend out of that. But I have to. I hate just to go with the obvious answer, but I do think Penn State is the team that I think is often left out of the blue blood club that has the best argument. They're as close to a blue blood as you can get in college football. And I'd love to go out there. I don't think I will this year, but at some point in my career or my lifetime, I'd love to see a game at Penn State.
Bach, don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. The work you're putting in. Don't doubt yourself. Listen, I'm. Jake and I were in the back, and this is how all comes up. Jake and I are in the back. And, of course, I just got back, so Jake comes in to update me and download all the stuff that I missed while I was in L.A. and in those discussions. And it was interesting because NFL schedule comes out this afternoon, and a big part of it, one of the leaks was the international games. And, of course, on the schedule, November 15th or so, in Madrid, Spain, is Jake Sorensen's Miami Dolphins versus my Washington Commanders. And we just joke, and he's like, well, yeah, why would I go that far to watch them lose? But that's not why you go. You go for all the other stuff. The game almost becomes meh. But we looked. Buck, what do you think a trip from Lincoln to Madrid for 4 to 5 days, let's just say 5 days, because you're not going to go to Madrid just for 3 days, right?
Yeah.
What do you think that budget at?
Oh, well, Lincoln as a starting place doesn't help, so I might want to go to Omaha or something. But yeah, I mean, I would think around 450, something like that, 500.
Yeah, the round trips from Lincoln to Madrid for November were $600.
Okay.
Which I thought, done.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All in. Because it's cheaper to go to Madrid than it is to go to Washington, D.C. It's
right.
cheaper to go to Madrid than it is to go to Los Angeles. So it's always weird to me, right? You just go, okay, fine. And then you think, well, these classic, wonderful, beautiful, upscale hotels in Madrid, $600-700 a night because there's all the majesty and all the stuff. And you go to Madrid for the food and the drink. Like the football game happens to be there. Like it's your excuse. But We were looking around like hotel rooms were $250 a night. I was like, again, you can't stay in Lincoln on a game night for $250 a room. So the idea, so Jake and I high-fived, and I think, private, I think we've come to an agreement that probably.
Have you been to Madrid before?
I have not.
Okay, yeah, that always helps. First time type of thing. Yeah.
Right. And we said, okay, we'll apologize to Elizabeth and Rebecca in advance, because it's just toddlers going to Madrid. So, Bach, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go break, get back on schedule, and then when we come back, I want to talk about. There was talk this morning about Pete Rose, but you have to understand the nature of what's happening, and Bach asking the next question, which is, why is it happening? Why is it that these things happen? And why are we always just reactive to it rather than recognizing the why? So Bach and I will go through sports scandals. And it's as much as a part of sports as anything. So we're going to talk about something. I gave Bach this wonderful page of information. I'm going to ask him some of the ones that jump to his mind, text line, greatest sports scandals. Whatever you have, lock and load them for the text line. We'll be back to one-on-one.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Support Matt Talbot Kitchen and Outreach on Give to Lincoln Day. Your gift will be received by a portion of Lincoln Community Foundation's matching fund. Homelessness is a complex problem facing our community. By working together, we can find solutions. Your donation for Give to Lincoln Day moves us closer to ensuring that everyone in Lincoln has a safe place to sleep at night. Because of your generosity, hope lives here. Give anytime through May 29th at givetolincoln.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old-fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Hey, what are you talking about over there?
Huh?
I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Copple Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at copplecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G1877747, and G1965599.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Canopy Street Market on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, One-on-One on a Wednesday. Thank you for hanging out. Box running the board to get us through. Okay, so you guys know me well enough to know that rules of one-on-one is that it's kind of like Forrest Gump's mom's chocolate. You never know where it's going to go. As much as we make plans, sometimes the conversation goes in different directions. You never know what you're going to get. So, Bach, I asked you the question. I'll ask it at break. I had the opportunity in Los Angeles to take Waygo, which is a driverless car service. So imagine Uber without a human driver. And you said, yeah, you would do it. Would you do it? Text line, tell me, would you ride in a driverless car? Bach?
I would, but it's almost for like, I'd at least want to do it once. I want to see what it's just want to see what it is, see what it doesn't do, see what it does, what quite, it still needs maybe work on or whatever. And I think I would be nervous. I was kind of explaining to you in the break too, just certain things that maybe a computer would do. Like there's times where it's like, all right, well, I wanted to get off here, but I really can't. Does the car go, well, I'm programmed to get off here. I'm going to do it no matter what. So, I mean, I'd be intrigued. So I think I definitely do it, but I think a lot of it would just to be see what it does.
15 years of data. All those situations, of course, all the GPS sensory, right? All of those things. And that it removes all the human failures. Right? Distraction, mood, conversation, right? How many people you've been in a car, you don't want the driver talking to you. Shut up and drive. Pay attention to the road. Like it's not a driver looking at its phone. It is the phone. It is the phone. And it was a much smoother ride than first of all, you get in a Jaguar and it is, I'm telling you, it made amazing decisions and the smoothness of the ride. That it was just the transitions, the merges, all of that. Very cool. Very cool. And then one of the rides that we took, we went to La Brea Tar Pits. And I like to think of myself as informed. But it had been 15 years since 20 years since I'd been to La Brea Tar Pits, and you just forget the history that the Ice Age actually existed in Los Angeles, California, and there are woolly mammoths and camels and saber-toothed cats and giant birds that, these giant sloths that are 10 times the size of humans. And you go, and that the tar pits are still active. So the whole story behind it is that it's this tar, literally tar, in its truest form. And animals, so imagine a woolly mammoth would get stuck in the tar. Like it would just go, oh, well, what's going on here? And you walk through and, oh. So the mammoth would just sit there until it starved itself to death. And then what would happen? So what was frequent and full in the area were dire wolves. And dire wolves are massive animals. Predators. So guess what happens? The dire wolves see free meat. There's a buffet. Everybody into the pool. Except they would get stuck in the tar. They would get stuck in the tar. Right? Imagine that mastodons. The tar is undefeated, first of all. The tar is undefeated. And so mastodons, mammoths, and I didn't know, I knew, but the reminder is that the camels began in the tar pit, like in that area. And then you go to Beverly Hills and you realize, oh, it must have been really cool thousands of years ago that you were here, and all the weird animals lived in Los Angeles, California. And you go, well, it makes a lot of sense that there's a lot of stuff going on there. And then you realize, okay, this is just unique. But they still have, it's because it's active. There are certain areas that you can't go to. Like the tar's still active. And in my head, I was just like, how many bad humans would get stuck in the tar? Like, you've been around families with kids who let the kids go running.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the kid sprints directly to the one thing that it should not go to. And so my fear was, oh, I don't know how this works. Like, I don't know how this works. And then they tell the story of there was a mystery that they found. I want to say in the 2000 somewhere, they found the first human remains in the tar.
Ooh, okay.
And they were trying to find out, and they realized through science and through data that it wasn't an accident. Somebody threw a body into
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a whole murder investigation to this 4'9" woman who got hit in the back of the head and thrown into the tar pits. But they're still finding bones of these because it's a natural preserve. But they have these cones where they would just put over, and then these boundaries that they'll put over the air, and then go, listen, do not go inside of this. And without fail, you will see somebody lean against it. Like, I'm just like you see people leaning against it, you go, that's not a foundation. That's not a suggestion.
Yeah.
That is, hey man. You literally came to a place where unalives happened in full. Do not go to the tar. Like, just avoid it.
Yeah.
Just avoid it. But humans, we human. And that's the other Bach. I was just like, oh man.
That's what I was interested in that body that they found, if that was okay. Well, this is from the prehistoric age, or is this from 2014 when somebody leaned to,
Well, no, but the prehistoric age, I mean, again, creatures that do not exist in this space currently, right? Through natural human geographical migrations, right? But yeah, it's a thing. And Gino says, to your point, literally stories every week in the news about idiots wandering in Yellowstone Park trying to ride the buffalo or pet the bears. Yep. Yep. Look, if you want to occupy an hour of my time, just occupy it. Send me videos of people trying to engage wild animals. And I'm just, and it becomes a point that at about the 4-minute mark of these videos, I start rooting for the animals. I start rooting for the animals. Hey, can I feed that bear? Can I feed the bear? Oh, this is really cool. that bear's close enough for me to feed it some potato chips. Nope. That bear doesn't like potato chips. Likes humans. Yeah. Well done. Well done. Sorry for the family.
That's why I took my son to Pioneers Park to see the buffalo, and they were really close. The bison, I suppose, is a difference. But they were really close to the fence. And, one of them started huffing and puffing, and I said, well, there's a fence here, but I think you can go through the fence. We're getting out of here.
Yeah, like, listen, first of all, there is no fence. That it is, and again, a suggestion to the animal, not more for the human, that if that fence exists between you and an animal, there's a reason.
Yeah.
There's a reason. It's the people, even the people who work in these preserves, right? These reserves that you get close enough to a silverback, right? And the silverback just at some point just goes, it's disrespectful for you to get this close to me. Hey, I'm a silverback. And you get close enough that he just reaches through the fence and goes, mine now. Let's party. And it takes 4 people, and still, it's only when the silverback just goes, okay, I'm going to bite you to go tell your friends. I don't really want to bite you, but go tell your friends. Don't get within arm's reach of the silverback cage. We're gonna do that. Uday Trav says, yeah, he's ridden in the Wagoos. It's a cool experience, and he didn't feel unsafe at all. I recommend doing it for sure. Yeah, I'm a member of that club now. It makes sense. Bradley says, no way, I don't trust it. I would rather walk. Yeah, you're right. Oh my goodness, that's they said, okay, so 885 says, probably not for another decade to make sure they get all the kinks out. I've seen Total Recall. Yeah, but okay. So first of all, it has to be the original Total Recall.
Oh, much better.
It has to be the honorable Total Recall. It can't be the other recall. Like I won't even acknowledge the other recall. Total Recall when the chassis driver is virtual and goes bonkers. He's digital and goes bonkers. Yeah, absolutely. And they had years ago, they had the story of somebody purposefully sent all the Wagoos to one parking lot, and there was no way for them to program and counter engage. But there's 15 years of work tied into this stuff. So there's a big thing. Texas says this. We were talking about road trips, and he says, I don't think he goes, I don't think there's a more disgusting and disturbing place to visit other than Penn State. Yeah, it's a crime scene. And there's a lot. It's that weird tribalism that exists, that you protect yours to a fault even. Right. And this is a big part of the Pete Rose thing. It was a big part of the Joe Paterno story, right? No matter what your gang is, no matter what your tribe is, you will defend and protect your tribe, even at fault, even to the point where I'm wrong. We're so wrong, but it's our wrong. It's ours to defend. They said, we can talk about our family. Our neighbors can't talk about our family. And that's it's a big thing. Yeah, you're right, 85. He says, I refuse to watch the remake. Yeah, they don't even go to Mars. That is a spectacular take. 69 says, male drivers, robot drivers, then female drivers. Here's the thing. It was smooth. It was smooth to watch the lane transitions, the speed of the turns. It was smooth. And again, it avoids friction. Like, that's what it's really good at. That's what it's really good at. And I could recommend it. Yeah.
So are the Wagos a little bit more expensive than like an Uber? No, about the same.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. And Frick says this, a whiteout in Happy Valley would be awesome to take my son to. It's a great building. Not the building. How do I say this? Because I'm not necessarily a fan of Penn State fans, right? The whole "we are" thing makes me, it's a bit of a throat punch. But I understand it. And anytime you can get 100,000 people to agree on something, I'm for it. And sports is involved. you don't even have to root for Penn State to understand 100,000 fans, football fans in a place, right? Same could be said for Ohio State. Same for Michigan. It doesn't. You don't have to like the people or the event, but the idea of them getting together makes perfect sense, right? That you can get together and do those things. Derek in the car says, I would love to go to UCLA. I had tickets to a game in '88 when Steve Taylor was quarterback. He was stationed in San Diego, but my ship got emergency deployed and missed out. Yeah, because it's a weird thing. Like, when I lived in Brand when I was doing CBA basketball, and we would go. My team owner had UCLA tickets. I am an honorary UCLA Bruin. There's a long story behind it, but it was me taking care of the Bruin alumni in DC the year they won the national basketball championship. So when they came to the White House, I was kind of a hero. And they have given me a forever gold card to the UCLA bookstore. I never have a tab when I go to the UCLA bookstore. Through eternity.
That's a heck of a
for
deal.
life. Yeah, for life. Like I went out there, me and my buddy Sean, we went out there right after the O'Bannon national championship, and they took us to the bookstore, and the guy goes, "Yeah, you're all set up. Your name's in the system. Go crazy." And Bach, it legitimately we shopped for an hour. I mean, jerseys, hoodies, helmets, the whole shebang. And literally the lady was like, well, yeah. I said, well, I'm only going to get what I can take. And she goes, oh, no, we'll send it to you in DC. We'll ship it to you. You don't have to get on the plane with it. And my buddy goes, this is the greatest day of our lives. This is the greatest day of our lives. So I thought about, like, I was supposed to go on campus Friday. And then things, the American Idol thing. So we went to American Idol. That was why we went out. Becky got VIP passes to American Idol. Exceptional, by the way. And if you didn't watch, go watch it. And if you, spoiler, we got to see 2 performances recorded for the final. And one was Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll.
He's already established. He can't win American Idol.
Well, no. So for the final, they put the established stars with one of this year's finalists who kind of work or sing, like maybe they've covered one of their songs. So there was a young lady that who had covered a Patti LaBelle song, and Patti LaBelle was there. And Patti LaBelle was in town because Patti LaBelle, Chaka Khan, Gladys Knight, and somebody else who it's like a Divas tour, Queens tour. So they were in LA Sunday. And so they stayed for the Monday recording. And Patti LaBelle at 80 years old, Gladys Knight, 80 years old, Chaka Khan, I want to say 75 maybe. But Patti LaBelle got out there and sang with this young lady. And here's a beautiful thing, Bach. It's funny about that you see behind the curtain, right? That they pre-recorded it, but the first time they recorded the song, the pyro didn't go off. So they redid it.
Nice.
And we got 2 Patti LaBelle performances. So I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And listen, there were a whole lot of people, unmelanated people who got introduced to Patti LaBelle that night. And if you haven't seen Patti LaBelle live, folks who have will tell you that is a performance. She is the singer. Of all singers, Patti LaBelle topped the list. And Patti does the thing that when she's taking you to what we call taking you to church, when she hits a moment where the music is the song has moved her so much, not only does she dance, even at 80, Patti kicks off her shoes. It's a Tony Storm moment. She kicks off her shoes into the crowd. And let me tell you, first of all, Patti LaBelle's shoes aren't cheap. So there's a fight that takes.
Oh yeah.
There's a brawl that happens. But you also have to pay attention because, hey man, nobody wants $1,000 pump hitting you in the eye, right? So there was that, and then they Jelly Roll and one of the finalists did a song, and I loved their performance. The final is going to be spectacular. There's the final 3 now. We saw it go from 5 to 3. I didn't agree with the 3 they chose, but hey, who am I? but watch it because it was just exceptional. So it was a great trip to Los Angeles. Lots going on, lots to consume. But yeah, watch American Idol Sunday. I would think it's Sunday night. Yeah, do that thing. But go to the Rose Bowl. It is iconic. It's not an exceptional facility. It's a weird layout because the tailgating is weird. Right,
the golf course. Yeah,
yeah. It's really like Rose Bowl is just different. But I would say Rose Bowl in Los Angeles in November in Pasadena is not a bad trip. It's not a bad trip. So we'll throw it a break. We'll come back. We'll close out one-on-one. Get you all set up for the Captain Show.
Watch live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. You're listening to One-on-One with DP on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Authentic Mexican food is not always easy to find, but you can find it in Lincoln at Tacos Los Hermanos. Their birria tacos are worth the drive from anywhere in town, but their chicken, chorizo, al pastor, and asada tacos are also worth the trip. You can also try any of those meats in a burrito or quesadilla. You won't find a better toppings bar in the area or better dessert options. If you can't get there, don't worry, they do deliver as well. Stop by Tacos Los Hermanos for lunch or dinner today at 70th and Havelock Streets in Lincoln.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Memorial Day is coming up quickly, and you know what that means. Grilling season. You know what's more embarrassing than an overcooked piece of meat? A dirty, disgusting, and grimy grill. Let the pros at Husker Grill Cleaning get you ready for grilling season. They'll take your grill apart piece by piece, scrub every inch, and reassemble it so your grill can look and perform its best. Visit their website at huskergrillcleaning.com today to schedule your appointment. Husker Grill Cleaning, serving Lincoln, Omaha, Malcolm, and more.
Big news from your Nebraska Lottery. Mega Millions is now more mega than ever. First off, a new multiplier is built into the game. Plus, there are now bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes start at $10. So don't miss out on these fantastic enhancements. Visit your favorite Nebraska Lottery retailer today and play Mega Millions with the new built-in multiplier, bigger jackpots, better odds, and prizes starting at $10. Drawings Tuesdays and Fridays. $5 Mega Millions top prize odds, 1 in 290 million.
When you're outdoors beneath Nebraska skies, adventure comes in all sizes. From quick escapes and long weekends to true off-the-grid retreats. Paddle, hike, camp, explore. Whether you have a few hours or a few days, we'll guide you to a state park or recreation area that's a perfect fit. Start your next adventure today at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Cobble Chevrolet GMC, and they're having the biggest hail sale they've ever had. A huge opportunity is at your front door right now. Some of these cars we're fixing, some we're not, and some it's totally up to you. New Sierra starting at $15,000 off list. New Canyons at $8,500 off list. New body styles on the Acadias, $3,000 off list. You need to hurry as there's going to be a lot of people heading to Louisville. Check us out at cobblecars.com. Stock numbers G121492, G187747, and G196599.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Advanced Medical Imaging is the largest radiology group in Nebraska, located in Lincoln at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard. At Advanced Medical Imaging, they utilize state-of-the-art technology and blend it together with their compassionate, skilled team to guide you through every step. Whether it's an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray, their precise diagnostics help your doctor deliver the best care plan for you. Choose clarity and comfort in your life by choosing Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard and online at amimaging.com.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
A smoke-free environment is the only way to fully protect from the dangers of secondhand smoke. That's why smoke-free policies are so important to me. Whether it's in my car, apartment building, or when I'm dining outdoors, there's no place for secondhand smoke or e-cigarette aerosol. Breathe easier knowing the facts. Visit smokefree.ne.gov. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to One-on-One with DP, brought to you by Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Final segment of One-on-One. We're going to go to 57, and this is 56, Bob. We're going to go to 56 so that at the very top of the hour, the Captain Show is live at 1 o'clock. And the ad programming will fix. But for our listeners in the car and at home, at the top of the hour, it's important for us to be live. Like if I had something vitally important to say over the course of the 45 minutes that I have, I should have said it by now. This is my final message to y'all. And we have to be respectful of the listener. We have to be respectful of the other talent. We have to be respectful of the other producers. We have to be respectful of our sponsors. I want to thank Dan Swanson and the folks from Canopy for always reaching out and always being there and being available, doing what they do. Greatly appreciate it. It's on Wednesday, but go down on Tuesday for Taco Tuesdays and go get your shopping done. But they help take care of the student athletes. You greatly appreciate it. I said we won't talk about controversy and all the things, the Pete Rose thing, but understand this. The essence of sports is competitive. It's friction. It's friction. Friction. And at the highest levels of sports, friction requires boundary. That's why you have commissioners, judges, umpires, officials. That's why they exist. Why? Because the human element is to take advantage of the rules and the opportunity to win at all costs in the competition, to remove as much friction as possible. Bettors and betting lines and all of those things, they all exist. These websites exist for more information to remove betting friction. Commissioners and coaches and owners put boundaries in place so that when that friction happens, there are guidelines to it and how it will be dealt with. From the history of sports, at every level, it's why you go into huddles. It's why baseball coaches have signals. It's why in every sport you call timeouts and you have a whistle. Stop it, you're breaking the rules. Every whistle. Stop it, you're breaking the rules. Stop it. We are going to reset. Blow the whistle. Stop doing what you're doing. Get in the huddle. Go to your people. Reset. the games and the sports themselves require full management and overseeing. Why? Humans. There are good humans, bad humans, and in between. There are no perfect humans. So what you do is you allow for missteps, and then you redirect, rebrand, reload. This is a rebranding for Major League Baseball. It's a redirection. I'm not sure what it says. That's not my job. I don't have all the answers. I'll get to the right question. The real question is, what are you saying? What is Major League Baseball saying by making the moves that it made yesterday? What is it saying? And listen, Google first. If you're going to talk about Pete Rose, talk about Pete Rose's entire life. Don't just talk about Betty. There's more to it than that. Look at the list. Don't just look at Pete Rose. Look at Shoeless Joe Jackson. Look at the White Sox. Look at the other baseball players who were added to the list and why. And if you're not going to look at it and you're not going to do your research, you probably shouldn't talk. No more. Be curious and then move on. Captain Show coming up on the Ticket. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me and Bach for the hour. Don't go anywhere. Ticket afternoons on a Wednesday.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge.